Awesome game from the Yankees tonight, winning the series overall versus the Orioles 10-3 in the rubber match. And early on, it did not look great. Jameson Taillon got in some trouble in the first inning with some tough breaks, some bloopers that went against his way, and then a short porch special in the third. So it was 3-0 early, 3-0 Orioles, and we've seen with the Yankees, 3 runs a few weeks ago would seem insurmountable. With this offense, they just didn't have the juice. They didn't come back. 3 really insurmountable, but with this team, the trade deadline acquisitions, and the way they're playing, it wasn't. And it was Anthony Rizzo, again, who was in the middle of it, a real catalyst. In the first, he had a 13-pitch at bat versus Matt Harvey. He hit like 6 balls, homers that were just foul. Great at bat, ended with a walk. And then in the fourth, with the Yankees still getting no hit in this one, down 3-0, he got him on the board. He had a bomb into the right field bullpen. And this made him the first ever Yankee to have an RBI in his first 6 games with the team. So his impact, there's not even words anymore. You can't really describe it. He's just been more than you could have imagined. And, it really makes the struggles of Gallo so far pretty insignificant when you have the impact that Rizzo has made. And to get back to Taillon, after that short porch in the third, 3-0, he really did settle down. He went into the 7th inning with just those 3 runs, only 2 of them were earned. And this continues. Obviously, he won July Player of the Month. It continues his great stretch where he right now is the most important Yankee pitcher because you have Cole and Monty with COVID. Taillon has been the guy to step up, and he's done so far. And so on the offensive side of the things, they tied it at 3-3 with RBI base hits from Gleyber Torres and DJ LeMahieu, who had his first real big game of the year. And I want to go over DJ for a second because I gave a mid-game update on the nightly show, One-on-One Nightly, and I mentioned DJ LeMahieu as the kind of poster child for the guy, for the offense that needs to step it up. And this was the day he did so, 3 for 5, 4 RBIs in this one. He had his first go-ahead hit of the season in the 7th inning or later this year to give the Yankees a 4-3 lead. They need him out of the leadoff spot if, Brian Cashman and Aaron Boone, whoever's making the lineup, if they keep hitting him leadoff, he's going to start having to have games like this. He hasn't had some this year, and it's really crippled the offense. But 7th inning, DJ LeMahieu gives them the lead 4-3. And then later in the inning, Giancarlo Stanton with some huge insurance runs, a bloop double to score everyone. Joey Gallo hustled, scored all the way from first. You'll hear from more on that in a second. But then a Gleyber Torres double followed that up, and it broke it open 8-3. Just like that, a 3-0 deficit, and now you're up 5. And in the bottom of the 8th, they really capped it off. Jonathan Davis, who got called up today, he had his first Yankee hit. This was where DJ LeMahieu put the finishing touches on his game with the big 2-run double, 3 for 5, as I mentioned, 4 RBIs. And after Taillon, it was Jonathan Loaizaga for 2 outs, and then Clay Holmes and Albert Abreu to finish it up. And it's big that the Yankees avoided their big guns because with the series coming up versus the Mariners, with the lack of starting pitching, you're going to need the bullpen to be A+. And so just back to Taillon really quickly because he talked about after the game the impact that Gallo and Rizzo have had. And I think it's really important because it's not just on the field, it's in the locker room, right? Rizzo has a championship. You won't hear a bad thing about him or Gallo. So having them has been huge. And so he talked about after the game their early impacts on the team so far.
Rizzo's come on and, he has like 2 or 3 homers already. Seems like he's on base every time I look up. Gallo, he gets on base a bunch. He walks. We haven't even tapped into his power yet. He's playing good defense. Gallo scored from first on that pop-up late in the game. Those are some little things that are, I guess, important for winning baseball teams. So, they've been great additions. And then I know we were talking about offense, but seeing Clay Holmes come in tonight, that's exciting. That's a guy that I'm happy that we added to.
And winning this game and taking the series, it puts Monday's blunder in the past. You're not going to win every game. That's the reality of the season. So to forget about that ugly game, to take the next 2, to put up 10-plus runs in both games, it feels like they're in a real positive step here. They've taken 7 of 9. Have the Yankees. They're tied for the best record in baseball since that July 4th Game 1 blunder. So it is really positive to see this. And now you're going to have this Mariners series coming up without Monty and without Cole. And so it's going to have to be the bullpen that's stepping up big time with Taillon also not pitching in that series. So we're going to see what happens. I'll be back here for Game 1 of that series tomorrow. For WFUV Sports, I'm Ryan Gregware, reporting live from Yankee Stadium.